Hi there, it's Nikki again, and I'm going to be making another card using a card sketch. And the card sketch is from, it's a deconstructed sketch from Deconstructed Jen, and it's number 188, and I'll post the link in the description box below. I'm going to be using a Greeting Farm image, which I've coloured in a while ago, and yeah, so this is the process of using the card sketch. And the thing with card sketches is you're never given measurements, you're just given the card sketch, so quite often it's difficult to figure out the correct dimensions and things. So I thought I'd just do this video going through the process of it. I'm not sure whether I'll fast forward it because I'm not sure how long this one will be. If I get it right first time, it'll be really quick, and if I don't, it'll be in fast forward to make it quick. So yeah, so I've measured the card and the card base, and it measures 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, and so that means that first things first is the card base that I'm going to use is this cardstock here, and it's a plum Camford cardstock A4 size, and it's from Daler Rowley. I picked this one up in, where was I? I picked it up in, I think I was on Guernsey actually. I think I was on Guernsey when I picked this one up. So anyway, I make the most of opportunities where I am. I usually go into a shop and buy supplies when I can, because in certain places you just don't get any. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to make this 1/8 of an inch all round smaller. So the first cut is a 4-inch cut. So the width is going to be 4 inches. The paper stack I'm using is this one here, which is Love Letters. Is that there? By Love Letters by First Edition Papers, and as you can see, the match on the card base is a really good one, so going with that. So this is 4 inches wide. I know I want this 1/8 of an inch smaller, my first one, so that's what I'm going to do, is do this one 3 7/8. And I want to make it as good as I can, because of course it's striped paper, and the imperfections in striped paper will show. If you don't get it right, it's going to show. So I might actually go this way around just to make it a little bit easier, maybe. Yeah, your eye will immediately see on striped paper whether you're out or not, which is why I have a tendency not to use striped paper. Scary stuff. So anyway, this was 1/8 of an inch smaller than that there, so that's going to mat on there. Looking good so far. Right, length. So 5 7/8 long, so I'm going to need this to be 5 6/8 long. So what I'm going to do is, it's easy, because this only goes up to 5, what I'm going to do is do subtraction, and it's still a little bit early in the morning, which makes it a little bit difficult with the old brain box, but what I'm going to do is measure, you've got this, this is a Tim Holtz ruler, so if I measure 5 6/8 this side, and then read off this side, this will tell me how much I need to cut off the cardstock, what's left. So it saves you having to work it out solely by by the brain. So so anyway, 5 6/8 is what I want. So that's 7. So that's 6, and I need to cut off. Don't know whether you can see it there. And I need to cut off 2 1/16. So yeah, see if I get it right. 2 1/16. 2 1/16, and I'll keep saying it to myself. 2 1/16. I might have to trim it, because sometimes when you do it, it sort of like moves when you cut it, so you might just have to swig it at the bottom, we'll see. So when I put it down, and just need it to come off a fraction. It's a little bit longer this end, so what I'll do is just slide it up to touch the guillotine there, and I should get a nice thin slice off the bottom there. As you can see, nice thin slice. The eye's quite good for seeing when something's out, and that looks good now. So that's there. So that was what did I say? 5 6/8, wasn't it? 5 6/8. So this is going to be 5 5/8 long. Seven, 6, 5. And that is 2 and 1, 2, 3, 8. 2 3/8 to cut off. And there's the mat in there. I've cut it so that there's only a little bit showing all round. So that's good there. And what do I do next is right. What I want to do next is look for some pattern paper. Flowers. I want to use flowers. So small flowers would be good. Just trying to make sure that I don't use the same pattern that's on a dress. That's what I've used on the dress on the image, so I don't want that. It's quite nice. That would also be good, but I think it's going to be too much the same colour as her dress. It's a little bit darker, so it might do. We'll just see what else is there. Just that. It's a little bit lighter, that would work. And it's also got hearts on. It's supposed to be like a... yeah, but I prefer the darker colour, so we'll go with that, I think. So I'm going to go with the width. So I'm going to go along, just cut off the width first. So that was a... I just want to make this a lot smaller. Excuse me. So that was 5. Oh, that's 3 and... Excuse me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, wasn't it? So if I do 3.5. Making a guess on this, as I say, they don't give you measurements, so it's all just a bit of a guess as to what you do when you interpret a card sketch. So I think I'll take it to there would be good, maybe. Yeah, I'll take it just below there. If I need to trim any, you can't. You can trim more off, but you can't add it on once you've cut it. So I'll go with that. looks like there, and on the card sketch it's a slanted one there, so I might just take it that direction. It's on a slant. So that's what it's going to look like, a little bit like that. Like that. Okay, so that's going to be the basis there of the card sketch, and it's got, on the original card sketch, it's got a ribbon across there with a little bow there, and that's what I think I'm going to do, but I'll just look through my supplies and see what I've got. Be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I've decided just to use this little bit of white organza that I've got here, and so I'm just going to start putting a few pieces together, and I've also decided as well to mat this piece here, which will mean sticking it down and then just trimming off round as close as I can get. So that's what I'm going to do next. And for such close work I do need my glasses, my little pair of reading glasses that I've got here somewhere, so I'm just going to have to stop a minute and look for those in the debris. And I'll be right back. So that's the joy of getting older, that you need to wear glasses for close work. That's better. So what I'll do is I'll stick this down. What I'm going to do is just put the tape on all of these pieces here. I won't show you that, I'll come back when I've finished. Okay, I'm back, and I've just stuck down tape to the cardstock there, and I'm just going to mat this piece here. Just think it will look nicer if it's on a matte background. So I'm going to pop this into the corner there and just get it as close as I can and as straight as I can. Just before I trim it off. Just a fraction out. As I say, your eyes can see it. It's out by a fraction. It's good. And just trim it off now. Just do this one here because I need to stick it to this cardstock here before I can attach the ribbon. Don't know whether you can hear the boat creaking and groaning there, but it's quite loud to me. But the tide's going down, and so the boat's going like this as we're going down with the tide. I think I must have got one. I tightened up some of the ropes yesterday, and I think I must have over tightened the one, because I can hear it creaking and groaning now, and that's usually the indication that I've pulled the ropes too tight. So I've got to go out later and readjust the ropes there. Just take this off the bottom a little bit and then centre it up as much as I can. Of course, a lot of this is eyeballing now, so just going to pop this along here, have a little bit of an overlap there. Just pull the tape down one side, secure the end. What I'm going to do is tie a little bow under there, hopefully. hopefully. See, I made these little spools to wrap my ribbon round. It's funny. I just cut out a little spool shape and by hand in cardstock, and just I keep my ribbon wrapped around it. Ooh. Condensation, did you see that? I got condensation dripping, hang on. Wipe the condensation down yet. That'll teach me not to leave it so long, won't it? Of course, this is a metal boat, and up round where the hatches are, when you heat the inside of the boat, of course you get that difference in temperature, and we get a bit of condensation down here. It's one of the joys living on a metal boat. Right, okay, this is too fiddly, so plan B. It's always good to have a plan B, and that's just do it in your fingers. And then stick it on with a glue dot. It's a little bit fiddly, but just try and make it as even as you can. Does that work? What I do now is just pop another bit of tape on there so I don't move it. Don't move it while I'm getting it on the card. Right, so I'm going to pop this onto the base and then pop the base onto the card. So I'm doing this in real time for you folks and also explaining some thought processes I go through when I do a card as well. Can be a bit boring, I know, but so that looks like there, and then just pop this onto the bottom. I'd have been well upset if that condensation had dripped on my little image there. Luckily for me though, it didn't. So just going over the top here and trying to centre this as much as I can. Looks good. I just pop some foam tape on the back just to bring her up a bit. Pop her down here. Just going to cut the ends here a bit shorter. Then get a glue dot on it and pop it on the card. So there we go then. That's my little card using the card sketch from Deconstructed Jen, and the card sketch is number 188. And there you go. Hope you like it. See you soon. Bye. So I thought it was the card was just a little bit bare as it was. So I've just stamped out this stamp, which is Hugs and Kisses from another Greeting Farm stamp set that I've got there. And I've matted it, and I'm just having a look to see where to put it, and I think I'm just going to centre it down here at the bottom, and yeah, because it looked not quite finished to me, the card, so yeah, so I just put the sentiment on. And it would have been nice if it fitted just in there. That would have looked quite good, but it doesn't quite fit. It's a little bit too big. If I pushed it right to where the hair was, it would be right off there. So I'm not going to centre it. I'm going to put it off to the side just a little bit. Just going to pop it there. So there we go. Just a little bit of thought there. It might have looked better in the middle, but I'm not quite sure because the bow's there, so I'm just reflecting, you know, a little bit of thing there. So anyway, Hope you like the card. Bye. See you again soon.